everybody. Welcome to KF&JF Podcast. I'm so happy you're here to look at what we're doing today. We're nested here in Temecula Valley at Ultimate Vineyard, and we're so happy that you're here to join us. Make sure you take a look at all the videos we got out there. But you know what I want to say? Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and helping out the KF&JF Podcast. But you know what? Enough of the formalities, because I really want to introduce this guest to you. But you know what? Have her do it herself.
Well, thank you so much, Keith. My name is Bridgette. I am Bridgette with Breezeffect, and I'm happy to be here with you today.
I'm so happy you're here too, man. It's one of those things. But look around us, everybody.
Could it get any more beautiful?
Oh, the sun's out, everything. You know, we haven't been doing these outdoor events, but hopefully we'll do another one so you can see how great this turned out. Give us your likes and opinion on this. But tell us, how did you start this business?
Okay, so Breezeffect, the mobile wine bar. Okay, so there's a couple different things here. The mobile wine bar I had not even thought of at all, but it came to me in a dream about a little over a year ago. And from that, I just built off of it. I built off of it. I incorporated my love for wines, of course. So the ultimate goal, the game plan, is to have a brick and mortar wine bar.
Wow.
But this made so much sense. And the idea, you know, when you think about COVID and all of the change and things that brought about, it just made sense.
Yeah.
So I can actually go out to people and celebrate beautiful wines.
You know, that's a great thing too, because a lot of people through that COVID experience established these businesses, had their dreams that are out there, but you actually put yours to work. So talk a little bit about how that process went for you.
Sure. So I actually came across someone who was able to design the custom bar, and he incorporated all of the ideas that I had. So like the refrigerator, the sinks, the capability for freezers, and just things that I would need for the ultimate wine experience when I'm mobile. So I came across that person, and then I came across the person who helps me with my wines as far as my provider of the wines.
Okay.
And yeah, it's a business that continues to grow, and I have new ideas all the time. I try and contain myself because it's so exciting.
Yeah, you know.
This brings me complete joy, Keith. I got to tell you.
It seemed like it would too, because you know, anytime you're having a good glass of wine, folks, it will bring you some good joy. You know, but have you been, you know, what, like, did you have experience in wine, or did you ever think that, you know what, this was what I wanted to do, or did you have other ideas in the, you know, what you wanted to make?
Yeah. So wine for me is like travel. It's like time travel. So if I have a Gewürztraminer, I'm experiencing, you know, Germany. If I have a wine from Spain, then I'm now in Spain. So wine for me is time travel. And one of the things that Breezeffect does is we put on mobile wine tasting experiences. So similarly to if you were to go to a winery here in Temecula, instead of going to one, we actually come to you.
Oh, okay.
And a part of our services is we'll provide 5 wines that I personally select.
Okay.
None of the staff selects. I personally select. And I base it off of whatever the event is. So if it's a bridal shower, if it's a baby shower, whatever it is, you know, I make sure I cater it to the event that we do.
Well, that makes sense, you know, and that comes with some experience. You know, you have to have a little bit of knowledge of wine. So talk a little bit about your favorite wine, or, you know, what has that been like for you?
Okay. So in addition to like my personal experience with wines, I do want some sort of like some foundation. So I am in the process of becoming a sommelier.
All right.
Yeah, so I will be able to add sommelier to my name.
Right.
And I can bring that formal education.
Okay,
of
let me
wines.
stop you. What is a sommelier? Because I know, I'm looking over here like you guys, like explain that wine good experience to us.
Well, once you get through the spelling, right?
Right.
Once you get through the spelling, a sommelier is basically someone that has studied the pairing of wines with foods.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
'Cause that's important.
that's very important.
Yeah.
And one of the things that brings me like a whole lot of joy is when I do wine tastings and people have aha moments, like, oh, and then a lot of times people will even like ask me to stay behind, and they'll ask questions because when you go to wineries, it's such a it can be a little overwhelming, right?
Yeah. All the list of wines that are there, and
then you have people all around
Then they got pictures of food with the wine.
And you're like, what?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Yeah.
So that's where Bridget comes in. It's like, let me help you, sister, brother, whoever you may be.
Yeah.
Let me share some things with you. So I talk about like what's safe. Like if you're having a steak, if you're having seafood, what's safe? It may be a house Cabernet Sauvignon, but wine shouldn't be intimidating. It should be fun. It should be explored. It should be lived. So one of the things that I try and make sure people, I clarify for people is I'm not a bartender.
Okay.
I do wine well.
Okay.
So,
And that's important too, because people, may take that out of context because you're experiencing wine and also what you're bringing to the table with your education. It's really important because I've been to a few wineries and I've seen the list and I don't know what goes with food, and I kind of just try different things, and then and one of the things I've learned, you shouldn't be trying all these different wines at the table. You should stick with something with what you're eating, and talk a little bit about how that is, that why you need to stick with a certain wine with certain foods. Is it brings out the flavor or something like that?
Sure. And the funny thing is I am a foodie, so this actually works really well for me, wine and food and the sommelier. But with wines, when you talk about pairing, so let's say you're eating seafood, what my recommendation with seafood would be a nice white wine, okay? It may, whatever that wine may be.
Is that a sweeter wine, or?
It depends on what you're drinking.
Yeah,
so
okay.
when I say white wine, there is a whole range.
Oh, okay.
There's a whole range of the flavors and things that you'll experience.
Okay.
But I'm just going to say, for example, if you're eating seafood, sticking with the white wine is important because when you couple wines with food, you're really like accentuating the flavors of that meal. And you don't want to taper it with something.
Yeah.
So a white wine with seafood, a red wine with steak or with some sort of beef, and it really highlights the flavor. So
wow, that's that's an important part of your experience, being able to explain that to people. Talk a little bit about what it's like when you bring this beautiful trailer on a spot, whether it's someone's home or business. What's that's like when you got your business, you're an entrepreneur, and now you're in front of people. A lot of people are not able to deal with being the front person. How do you do that?
Well, there's a lot of pride that goes into this business because I think it's an amazing way to showcase wines and an amazing way to help people experience wines in a more intimate way where it's not too overwhelming. But the experience for me, it's like, I'm here.
Yeah. You got that aura about yourself when you walk on the scene that just not only you but your whole setup is shown through that too.
And I appreciate that. I like to think I refer to her as Cab, and that's short for Cabernet Sauvignon because that's one of my favorite wines. It's a red. Matter of fact, I just want to give a shout out to John Legend. John Legend has the most amazing Cabernet Sauvignon.
Oh, wow.
It's called LVE. Yeah, but when I refer to the trailer, I refer to her as Cab, and it's just, So when Cab and I show up, I like to think that we're going to show up and we're going to help create memories.
Well, you know what? I could imagine that being, a big part of this, because just someone being around this is a memory just for myself. Aww. Talk a little bit about some of the, lessons you've learned with this business,
Lessons I've learned is support is it hits different.
Mm-hmm.
It hits different from a business owner perspective. When I first started the business, all I thought about was, oh, how fun this would be. Oh, how many lives I'm going to touch. Oh, how many memories I'm going to create.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I didn't take into consideration is, dang, I'm gonna need some help doing this. I'm gonna need to hook I'm gonna need to hook cab up to a truck. I'm gonna need a truck.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna need some manpower. You know, as far as the loading, unloading, because there's so many elements of cab that aren't even here with us. Like we have refrigeration, we have built-in refrigeration, but we also have ancillary refrigeration.
Okay.
But my point is, the support that's required. I did not take that in consideration. And when people sign up or when they agree, I mean, they have to hold true to that.
Yeah, you really have to be willing to you know, put yourself out there, because one of the things, you know, with a lot of the shows that we've done, we've realized with entrepreneurs is that not everybody rides with you. Not everybody, including family, to be honest with you. You know, sometimes families is, you try to get help from them and they, not today. So you do have to be prepared for all of these different things that happen. How have you, you know, what were some of the things that, like a problem that happened when you went out to a particular event and then have that help, or you had to pick it up and do it yourself?
Oh my gosh. Okay, funny story, I'll make it quick. My third event as Breezeffect was, and you know, we're here in Temecula, so we're, you know, out here in the IE, but the event was all the way in Los Angeles. I'm talking deep Los Angeles. It was at a place called the Beehive. So me and my husband, we're pulling cab, we have everything we need. We get there, and I'm like, okay, honey, give me the keys to cab. And he looks at me like, what? I don't have the keys. You have the keys. We are 60 miles from home.
Wow. So
long story short, is I'm a very resourceful person. I'm going to make it happen. I had to call my son and get him to come out and bring a key. But before then, the event was going to start, so I had to figure it out. We took the windows off of cab, and I kind of climbed through.
Oh, wow. You know, it's like breaking into your own car almost, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
You got to figure out, I just bust the window and get in.
Exactly.
We pay for the window and get in. You know what, guys? I really do. You know, we're going to be back in a little bit, man. You know, we're going to continue to have this conversation.
I can't believe I shared that story.
Right here in, you know where, Ultimate Vineyard.
Yes,
we'll be right back.
Temecula.
At this time, KF&JF Podcast would like to take this time to thank our proud sponsors, Beyond, Legacy, and Joy Be Love. We are grateful for your support. Thank you for allowing us to bring fresh new content and helping us continue to spotlight small businesses, locally and throughout the state of California. We could not be who we are without your support.
Close your eyes. If money was not an issue, what would you dream for your company? What would you want done? What's your vision? What monies would you want? What things or business relationships would you want to connect with? If money wasn't the issue to get there, where would you want to take your company to? So think about those things, and I'm gonna give you that time to just really think about it, because we don't dream enough. And we think too small, and we need to think bigger.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to Ultimate Vineyard here in Temecula with our guests. You know what? We're so happy, man. This has been a good conversation. Now you guys know a little bit about wine, but we're going to get right back into it. So let me ask you this question. What's your legacy with this thing? What is it? What's the legacy about?
You went there, Keith. Okay. The legacy is dream big. Do what you love.
Right.
No boundaries.
That's right.
With my children, with my nieces, my nephews, they know that auntie and mommy have no boundaries.
Wow. Wow.
Live life. Do what you want. Live out loud. Don't be quiet. Be bold. And that's the legacy. So whatever it is, whether it's entrepreneurship, or if they want to be in corporate America, or if they want to be the president, God help us all.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Do it boldly and live out loud, and don't leave anything on the table. So yeah, that's my legacy.
Wow,
so,
that's an important thing, because one of the things here with the show is not only to bring the entrepreneurial spirit out there, but we want to educate our youth.
Yes.
We want to be able to give them, because we want them to see people like us. We want them to see what it takes to get a business started and do all those things. So talk to the youth about the experience that you've been in. I know you just mentioned about, go for it, but directly to them, because we got a lot of kids out there with talent, and they're sitting on the couch or on their phone.
Yeah.
So let's, what do you have to say to them?
What I would say, hone in, find someone that you truly admire, and figure out how they did what they did to get to where they are, because we don't have to always reinvent the wheel.
Right.
Someone has already created a blueprint.
Right.
I have people that they are just my dubbed mentors, like Fawn Weaver, who is the first female black distillery owner.
Oh, okay. Give her a shout out, would you?
Yeah, Fawn Weaver.
All right.
Yes. Nearest, what is it? Uncle Nearest. She's the first black female wine distillery, and she's up in, I believe, Tennessee. And there's so many people that I personally look up to, admire, and just try and figure out, like, how did they do it? What was their plan? How did they get to where they were? Sheila Johnson, who was I hate to refer to her as someone's wife, because she's bigger than that.
Yeah,
she's her own.
Yeah, yes.
But she was the wife of the first owner of BET.
Wow.
And she is a very established business owner. She has several resorts. It's like the Salamander Resort. She has a hotel line, things like that. So those are women that I not aspire to be, but I aspire to take on similar qualities.
And that's important.
So my message to the younger folk would be, do what I'm currently doing, and that's just find someone that you respect, admire, and figure out how they did it. What was that blueprint to what they did?
Yes.
9 times out of 10, though, there is going to be some level of hard work or some level of sacrifice that had to bring them there. And don't be afraid of that.
Right.
Just know it comes with
entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship.
Yeah. You got to be willing to put yourself forward for your own business and make that happen. And one of the things you said that I think is important for everybody really to understand is, don't try to reinvent the wheel.
Don't.
The wheel is there already. Everything's going around. Hop on that sucker and just say, take a ride and say, hey, let's figure out how to get on and do it. Bring your own uniqueness to it. And once you bring that uniqueness to it, just keep going. But don't get off, because a lot of the things that you will learn along the way will help you from someone else's issues, someone else's, problems. So, and I do appreciate you bringing that up. So,
and do you mind if I?
No, have a drink, girlfriend. I'm looking at it, but I want to. You even got your own glasses and everything.
Yeah,
boy.
This is and Breezeffect glasses are provided at every wine tasting event. Any private event that we're hired for. So yeah, I'm actually, if you don't mind.
No,
do you mind?
No, I don't mind anything.
I'm actually drinking a wine called, it's a rosé, and it's by House of Brown. They're a black-owned winery up in Napa.
Wow.
Yeah, and I've not gone to Napa yet, but when I do, that's the first place I'm gonna hit.
Well, you know what? It's nice to see that, you're mentioning some of these, businesses and people that most people don't know. And some of the things that about that is that they don't know that, there's black-owned businesses out there as far as wineries and, makers and all types of things. And we need to make sure we bring that to our people too as well, And one of the other things I like to ask you, what's unique about you?
Well, I've yet to seen a mobile wine bar in these streets. So I'll start with that. But the other thing that's unique about me is I like to unload what I have up here. So if I know it, I want to share it.
Great,
I want to share it.
Great.
I know I've mentioned several times about, black-owned wineries and bars and things like that, but I just want to make it clear that I make no distinction.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I
sure,
mean?
For sure.
I bring that up because there's so few
Right. That's
of those that exist.
Right, and that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we need to, we want to make sure that everybody's included in everything that we do.
Absolutely.
But it's important to also shine some lights on some of those places that are, not well known, and that's what we're here to do as well. And we appreciate that,
Yeah.
And
And that's another part of Breezeffect. If you go onto the website, there are ambassador opportunities. So because I am mobile, I go to the people, right?
Right.
So that's an advantage for wineries. So when I partner with wineries, I share that. Let me be your ambassador. Let me feature the wines from a distance.
Right.
You're here in Temecula.
Right.
I'm going to be in Santa Monica, or I'm going to be in Orange County. Let me showcase your wines and talk about how beautiful they are.
You know what? That is that is so important, and we really thank you for that. I want you to take a minute and just give yourself a shout out, give your business a shout out, and talk right into that. Let them people hear what you have to say about this beautiful book. Oh my God, this is all about you now.
Okay. I don't like when it's all about me, but I'll take the moment. All right. So guys, my name is Bridget. I am owner, operator, a slew of things of Breezeffect, which is a mobile wine bar. It's a wine and hospitality experience. You can find me on at Breezeffect Instagram. It's spelled BREEZEFFECT, Breezeffect on Instagram, Facebook, and now TikTok. I just tapped in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know a whole lot about TikTok, but I'm the same on all of those social media platforms.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
I also, if you were to ever see Breezeffect in the streets, we also have a QR code on cab, and that'll take you directly to our website, which is breezeffect.com.
Wow. You know, what you have coming up new that you could tell our viewers?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, there's so many cool things. But one thing that's, because I have private events that are coming up more so. But one of the things that I'll be advertising is a wine tasting event. It's going to take place in the beautiful city of Riverside.
Whoa.
And it's on Saturday, February 22nd. You can find out more information about this event by going onto our website, any of the social media platforms to purchase your tickets. And I personally will be the one that will introduce all of the 5 wines that are featured at the tasting.
Wow, we look forward to it. Do you have any other information like, an address or phone number you want to give out as well? Did you give out your phone number?
Thank you. Phone number is 909-734-3707. Address, we're mobile, so we are everywhere.
Right on. We're so happy, man, that this has been just a beautiful conversation out here at Ultimate Vineyard. I'm telling you, this is beautiful, and we want to thank you guys. And you know what? Don't forget to go to
Breezeffect on Instagram or breezeffect.com, the website.
We appreciate you guys. Look forward to seeing you at the next KF&JF podcast show. Thank you.
Thank you.